Welcome, message from the streets. Today's topic, interesting topic, controversial topic. And first of all, I bring you this message in truth. I don't bring you up this message as an advocate of the Democrats or the Republicans. This is just my truth according to my understanding. Now, today's climate consists of, the 2024 election. My motto from the very beginning was anybody besides Biden, anybody besides Trump. One down, one to go. Now, Kamala Harris is now the Democratic representative, and there's a lot of backlash from the so-called black community because of her previous occupation as a prosecutor. A prosecutor job is to prosecute, and one thing that I do comprehend that a lot of people are dissatisfied at some of the cases that she prosecuted and the outcomes of those cases, and it was saying that it was very heartless in certain instances as far as with people getting these weed cases and things like that and getting time. I understand that. Now, when Donald Trump became the president, or was the candidate of the president, when he became the president, my first thought was, I'm going to give him a chance. I know there's stigma about this man. I don't know him. And so I watched and I looked, and what ended up happening, I came to the conclusion that I was against his policies. I was against what he represented. I felt that he was a white nationalist. I felt that he was a bad image for the president position. I don't think that Donald Trump is presidential. I don't think that his elevator goes up to the highest floor besides his views of himself in a narcissistic position. So I did not go with what other people were saying about Donald Trump. I looked, I listened, and I came to my own conclusion. Same thing with Joe Biden. When Joe Biden came, I got a couple of people, man, Joe Biden, he did this and he did that. And, back in the Clinton administration, I said, well, that was over 25 years ago. 25 years ago, I'm not the person that I am today. So I'm going to give Joe Biden a chance. So I looked and I watched, and I concluded that I was not happy with Joe Biden's, orchestration from the Democratic perspective. I felt that his tyranny as far as forcing people to get inoculated and people losing their jobs. And, I think that a lot of things that went on during his administration, he never addressed, the hate crime bill to protect so-called blacks, no reparations, no nothing. So I'm not a advocate of Joe Biden. I say that to say that it is possible from what I'm saying that's going on that Kamala Harris may be the next president. So should I judge her on what she did in the past, and don't give her an opportunity to show me who she is today? I think not. I'm not going to go that way, but I see a lot of so-called blacks, especially men, and some women, they dragging her. They saying that she's not black. They might as well say that she's not melanated, because one thing for sure, it is the Caucasian European so-called white nationalist idea. If you got one speck of blood other than European Caucasian blood, that you're not white. So she may not be black 100% according to some of y'all analysis, but she has had a experience of a so-called black person as far as being melanated in this white nationalist racist society. So I say that to say, for me, I'm not advocating for her to be the president. I'm not even going to vote for her. See what I'm saying? I'm not going to vote for Donald Trump. I'm not going to vote for nobody. That's just me, because I don't believe that either party had the best interest of so-called blacks at hand. Because just like I made mention that Joe didn't mention a hate crime bill, Donald Trump was already in office, whereas though that it was a heightened assassinations and life taken away and murdering of black people. He didn't put no hate crime bill out, and some of you supporters of the Democrats, y'all better realize that, excuse me, some of you supporters of the Republican Party, you better make a conscious analysis that just because that they conservative, which a lot of black people are, so-called black people are, that within that party is sales of white nationalist organizations, Proud Boys, Oath Keepers, Skinheads, KKK, all of that. They are supporters of the Republican Party, and for some reason, some of y'all can't put one and one together. My thing is, I'm just going to speak on is that so-called blacks need to separate from these political gangsters, Bloods and the Crips, political style. See what I'm saying? You want your children to be separated from the gang activities, on the street level, but you yourself participate in the gang activities on a political level. I'm not drinking that juice or that Kool-Aid or none of that. But I'm not mad at nobody that is, because it's all about, choice. See what I'm saying? Now, when we look at Donald J. Trump, people always say that Trump going to do this and do this and this and this and this. Trump ain't going to do nothing but lie to y'all like he has already done. And I'm not saying Kamala not going to lie, because that's what politicians do. It is their, modus operandi is to lie, because they get put in positions. They make these promises and none of them keep the promises. See what I'm saying? I can tell you this about what I experienced under the Trump administration and why I don't have favor for him right now today. His 2017 tax law. And when it came out before then, I'm being a single person, I wasn't paying, I wasn't owing in taxes. After that tax bill went out, after the first year went around, ever since then, I've been owed in the taxes. And these so-called blacks, what they do is they want to get on a plane and ride on one wing of the plane when the whole plane is going down in flames. So they say, you know what, we're not going to, the Democratic part on the plane is tainted and it's toxic and it's about to go down. And so they go to the other side of the plane. And now they think that they safe over there. The plane has two wings and they of the same buzzard, symbolically. And when that buzzard go down, that whole plane going down, the right and the left wing. So you run into the wrong places. We know what we got to do. I don't even want to speak on it because it's so discouraging that so-called blacks can't come together and do what we were created to do. Show the uncivilized how to be civilized. I know that a lot of people say, well, how could you say that with the savagery that's going on in the black communities, so-called black on black crimes? But one thing that I know, I'm an analysis, and I know that the climate in the so-called black communities is a direct reflection of the hostility of the overlords, the people that had direct interaction with our people and molded in us, to look at them as God. So now we follow them. We follow the reflection of the gangsters. We follow the reflection of the extorters and the murderers and the drug dealers and things of that nature. I'm not saying that in black so-called black coming into connection with the so-called whites, that it was a utopia or anything, and there wasn't nothing going on. But I can guarantee you this, that the level of the poisonous state of mind that's operating in 2024 didn't exist in black people. This is a mutated state of mind from the programming of Western society, and so many people are so sleep and under the enchantment and the spells and the potions of the program, they can't see the light of the day. The only thing they do see is their slave masters. If they're slave masters from the left or from the right. See what I'm saying? And I'm not saying this to be racist or anything. I'm just telling so-called melanated people what's really going on. You got to look at the history and then simulate it to come to a reality. Every time that we go and get into these opportunities where so-called whites had a blockade, so-called blacks went in there and made situations better. So that's telling me that we really don't need their validation, we can do things on our own. But so many blacks been programmed with the minds of Europeans that lies in the subjected on our subconscious. Oh, black people, they can't do this, they won't do this, they can't stick together. Who told you that? Who told you that? Lying European, Caucasian, so-called white people, devils. See what I'm saying? They told you that, and you believe that, and you repeat it, and you even demonstrate it in front of your children when you get mad when something's not going your way, when you have a situation with a person that's in the same boat that you in. Only thing I'm saying is that the Republicans is not going to save you. You got to look at what's going on in the Republican Party and the mindsets that y'all going to make alliance with. These people think that Donald Trump is a savior, like in Jesus. See what I'm saying? He's told you that he was the savior. See what I'm saying? And you know what, y'all don't see that this arrogance and this what do you call it, narcissistic behavior is psychotic. So you're making yourself in alignment with a psychotic head, because he's the head of the Republican Party. That head needs to be decapitated, and a new head needs to be put on there. I most definitely have conservative ways, but I can never support what's going on in front of my eyes for some money. And that's what so many of you so-called Negroes is going out there. You think you can get tax breaks? You think you're gonna be able to operate financially better under a Trump administration? You don't have no integrity. You don't care about your future, your children. You're ready to throw your family to the dens of the lion so you can get some paper that don't have no value. See what I'm saying? This is your sickness of your mind. Only reason that many of y'all support Donald Trump is because you're just like him. You simulate with him. You can relate to him. You can sit down and have dinner with him and chit chat with him and and don't think anything is array with the way that he dialogue and speak about people. As soon as he came into the situation, he's come in like when I was in junior high school. Because that's when I had a lot of fun. We joned on people, talked about people, all day, every day. This is his mentality. This is y'all leader. This is y'all head. Y'all insane, just like Donald Trump is insane. Am I saying that Kamala Harris ain't insane? I think that from what I've seen, she has a more subtle, convincing, inviting behavior and character. She know how to at least carry herself in the public. Do I trust her? H to the devil hockey sticks? No. I don't trust nobody that has affiliation with the hierarchy in a certain type of manner without being able to stand on their own 2 feet. So I'm going to bring this video to a conclusion, and I'm just telling y'all jumping out of the frying pan into the fire, but I know you think that there's no other way because your imagination has been stunted and you think you're in a cell, that there's no way out but to choose one of these devilish parties, and this is the answer to the cancer. No, this is the answers for more cancer. Ladies and gentlemen, I bring you this message in love. I bring you this message in peace. This is just the point of view, my point of view, and I don't care who agree with it or disagree with it. One thing that I know, I'm confident in my skin about what I had just related to whoever have an opportunity to hear this information and this message. Take care of yourself. Have a blessed day on purpose, with purpose. And remember, life is all purpose. And look at this. We dealing with energy. For y'all that's so-called woke, we dealing with energy. And we got to look at Mr. Trump's energy. Look at Miss Harris' energy. Look at our energy. See what I'm saying? Because some energies are forms of prison. Because when you operate in a low frequency, it's very difficult for you to get to the higher realms because of your operation. Just think about that. Peace.